So a full-on stinger would be a very advanced shot, but obviously with the wind blowing this hard, it's really going to affect the ball if it gets up high. So the things that I teach to keep it low, a lot of it has to do with controlling spin. So where a lot of people go wrong, if you don't mind, you stand right over there. So where a lot of people go wrong, a lot of amateurs go wrong, it's kind of like if you imagine you get into the trees and now you got to have a recovery and a low shot, right? So a lot of times people, one, that they won't get a club that has low enough loft to be able to keep it low, so they'll try with an 8-iron or something instead of like 6 or a 5-iron. So that's one key, is make sure that we club up, but also people can train to get that ball way back in their stance. And if you get it way back in your stance and you really de-loft it, you really push the handle forward like this, that causes us a lot of times to come down at a very steep angle of attack. When we come down steep like that, that's going to generate way too much spin, and it's actually going to do the reverse, the opposite. It'll throw the ball way up in the air. Yes, and it makes sense, like, oh, I got to play it back to hit it low, but actually to hit a low shot, we're trying to stay a little more shallow and around and on top of it to flight that ball. So I like to play it more in the middle of the stance. Say I've got a 150-yard shot, more in the middle of the stance, and the key thought is we want to keep rotating the chest to the target and keep the club head down below our head on our finish. Meaning, I want to finish, Tiger, on that stinger shot he used to hit, he would say that he finishes about rib cage height. So meaning he takes it back here, comes down, and then he's finishing with his hands about as high as his rib cage. So the way he learned from his dad when he was growing up was if you want to hit it low, you finish there, then we go ahead and we finish. We raise that ladder and we finish way up here. So let's try the ball more center, and let's try to finish about rib cage height. So what do you got a 6-iron right now? Yep. Do it one more time. Hold the finish. Excellent, about right there. And the way we maintain speed is more rotation. We gotta really, I would even maybe on the first few isolate the upper torso, rotating through the shot. A little more rotation where we try to cover and stay on top of it just a little more so that angle of attack doesn't get too steep. That's fine, you just pulled it. You were lined up a little left as well to make sure you get that club face lined up first and then the feet. There you go. No, that's fine. That's not bad at all. You pulled it just a bit. Yeah, so the club's just working and it's shutting down the club face, and we're going a little too far left. Try a 5-iron. I would always club up, almost every time at least. We'll say it like that. There you go. I've had shots back when I played a lot where I'd hit a 7-iron for like 100 yards. So literally, obviously growing up here in Texas with the wind, you got to learn that wind ball. But don't be afraid to club up 2 or 3 clubs when we're trying to hit this shot. Because again, people try to do it with 2. They try to hit the same. They hit a stock 8-iron 150, and then they're still trying to hit an 8-iron. They're just trying to flight it lower. That's not going to fly. You're going to need a 7 or a 6. Ball positions more in the middle, not all the way back, and then we finish about rib cage height. Really working a little more rotationally. There you go. Instead of having those hands and arms real active. There you go. Excellent. That was the best one that I've probably seen. Do you like that one? That was a good shot. Remember, you got to keep your body rotating. Sometimes your hands and arms just keep moving, but we got to keep the upper body rotating with the hands and arms. Excellent. Gold Texas wind ball.